2017 has come and gone. Welcome to the very last episode of Slam Pigs podcast number. Jesus Christ, where are we? 86!
Yeah.
Episode 86. My God, it's our year-end award show. Our second annual. I don't think it was last year's. By demand, all the listeners. Michael! Welcome back. Of course, happy holidays. Spent with me, but good to be back. Glad everything's good. And glad to kick off a new year with you, man. You want to talk about prepared. This guy right here has, you've definitely gone above and beyond. You definitely, if you guys could see the format right now, maybe I'll shoot up a link on Twitter, but Michael, welcome back.
You want to talk about bracketology? I've gone above and beyond my duties as the best color man in the wrestling podcast industry. I've got some shit to go through tonight. It is our year-end awards, folks. I hope you're as excited as I am. I put a lot of time and effort into this. I know you guys really enjoyed it last year, so we're doing it again this year. By popular demand, we're back. Second annual year-end awards for WWE. But Travis, I'm not the only one here.
Well, that's right. And for an event like this, second annual year-end awards, you need a Chuck Norris, so to speak, a double A Arn Anderson, an enforcer, because things might get out of hand. Sparks are going to fly.
But we couldn't find one of those, so we got somebody else.
Logan Myers, what's going on, man? From Future Wrestling Day 3, the Iron Man, Red Hot Fire Logan Myers, the Crown Prince of Pepperonis, the owner of what, Michael?
Hoagies. He is the king of cold cuts. Big Papa Potbelly himself. How you doing, Logan?
I'm doing fantastic. Day 3, and I'm just getting started.
God help us.
Where can everyone check you out once again, Logan? All that good stuff.
You guys can check me out on Future Wrestling Podcast right there on YouTube. Go like, subscribe, and enjoy. And check me out on Twitter. Logan Myers 144. Do it today.
Very good. Michael, before we get to our year-end awards, we had Christmas Raw this week and SmackDown. Not going to get into those this week because, quite frankly, I didn't watch either when it happened. It was the holidays. I just didn't feel like
I saw tidbits.
I saw the highlights.
Yeah, I saw tidbits of both of them, but there's really not a whole lot to go over except for the tag title change on Raw. Jordan and Rollins are your new tag champs. Other than that, not a whole lot to go over. There you got it. That's what you missed.
There it is. Other than that, honorable mentions from Raw. Brian Kendrick, as we talked about in Cruise Control last night, check that out on demand. Injured with the GTS, and apparently because of Tommy uses a submission on 205 Live now, it's word on the streets they're banning the GTS. Is the rumor? Can anyone confirm this so far? Because I've just seen rumor.
I cannot confirm that.
Cannot.
Logan cannot either.
Cannot.
I don't know, but the spot was nasty. Michael, what'd you think?
It definitely looked brutal. It was definitely the stiffest GTS I've ever seen. But to Kendrick's credit, he's a pro. He took it. And, obviously didn't complain about it. He just did his job. And luckily for him, he's not, injured for life.
I told Logan straight up last night on Cruise Control, it's his fault. He jinxed Kendrick for all the shit he's talked on that man in the course of 2017. I blame Logan. Hashtag blame Logan.
It's all Logan's fault. I like it.
Blame me all you want.
Logan, because you're the cruiserweight aficionado on here, to change his finisher isn't a mistake. I mean, it's not ballet. Let's be real.
It'd be like, okay, if you're gonna ban that maneuver, you might as well fire Seth Rollins.
Why?
Because he's supposedly injured everybody. I mean, that's the thing. Supposedly he injures everybody that he goes against.
Well, they did make Rollins change his finisher, and then back again. Now it's like a spin around knee.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
Next thing you know, you're gonna ban that one too.
I think it's awful timing for a Tommy if this is true, because that was the one thing left that was actually over about a Tommy. It always got a pop, and to take that away, stripping a hell of a layer off of that character, Michael.
Not that he had too many layers to begin with, but
one of two.
But yeah, that would suck for him if that is the case. Hopefully it's not. Other news this week,
speaking of injuries,
Travis,
I know the one you want to talk about.
Dean Ambrose, out for up to 9 months. Torn triceps. Evidently he's been working with it for a long time. just toughing it out, dealing with it. Guess he just couldn't handle it anymore. When we know many a superstar that's dealt with this that really couldn't work at all with this. So
Yeah.
Kudos to this guy. I know we've given him a lot of shit on this show.
But it was all critically, not like we wish harm.
But he may be the biggest workhorse on the roster. I mean, day in, day out. I mean, he's the only champion I know in the modern era that has ever worked 2 house shows in one day. That was back when he was WWE champion.
Yeah. Styles, has been making his rounds. Styles got to be number 2, probably.
Styles ain't done 2 house shows in one day.
Nobody flew directly from where were they at to do that TLC last minute?
Yeah, I get that, but
that's why he's
I mean, Ambrose deserves credit for all the work he's done.
Yeah,
and it sucks that a guy like that is going to go out at this time of year where he's going to miss out on probably a good bit of stuff.
Sucks, but is it good for him? Because he was, besides the Shield reunion, Dean Ambrose has been beyond stale with us for almost 2 years.
Yeah, but I feel like that was going to set up the program, and I feel like all the things they had set up for him, are down the drain now. So hopefully when he comes
maybe
back,
this enhances it.
Could be, but we'll see when time takes its course here if he's forgotten or remembered.
I'm sure he'll be remembered. And I think when he does come back, considering what happened last night, this could be, last minute change of plans to just enhance the heel turn if they do it with Dean like we think they should. Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins, new tag team champions, like you said. The most notable thing this week, if this is the payoff, let's just give it a chance. It's week fucking 1. Injuries change everything sometimes.
I liked the match, to be honest.
I did too.
I thought it did a lot for Jason Jordan.
It's the one thing I went out of my way to watch the full thing of this week on Raw was that match, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, I love
Jason Jordan actually got the finish in this clean. Yeah. So, I mean, how many times do you see that with him? So
2 things that I saw, 2 pictures on Twitter this week. SmackDown, Jason Jordan ended last year as one half of the SmackDown champions. This year he ends out as one half of the Raw. And, there's a picture of all the champions last year. Alexa Bliss was SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte was Raw Women's Champion. The Bar were still Tag Team Champions. AJ Styles is still WWE Champion. It was incredible, these similarities in 1 year. I got to show you that picture sometime. What did you think of the Tag Team title match, Logan, before we get on with the year-end awards here and all the news?
I thought it was good, and you can definitely see the storyline, and that's what I've said it multiple times on Cruise Control. That's the main thing that we look at is storyline and how you're going to push a feud, how you're going to push the future, basically.
You just wanted to say future for a cheap plug to your
He
channel.
Really did.
He did. Look at that. Some things never change in a year, Michael.
I'm telling you.
We'd
let this guy on our show for a whole year.
Oh, come
He's
on
taking
now.
over. He's invading from the inside out.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But let's get right down to it, folks. It's why you have tuned in, why we're here. Let's start with 2017 year-end awards. Let's start from the bottom. Now we're here.
Well, not the bottom, meaning probably the most enjoyable show to watch. Though.
Yes.
NXT.
Yes, let's start with NXT.
Well, let's see. Guys, they can't see. How do you have your stuff placed out? How did you decide to do your bracketology, Mike? Explain it to everyone first.
What I've done here is I've tried to do with every a bracket I've done here on NXT, male and female, and women on the main roster, on Raw and SmackDown. And then I've done the Raw and SmackDown males, of course. Also, I've done the tag teams as well. But for the singles competitors, I've made brackets of 8 for each side. And for the tag teams, I've done brackets of 4. So, first of all, we're going to start tonight with NXT Male Superstar of the Year. Travis, our first round matchup, we have the number 1 overall seed. And I know people might want to fucking get on me about this because he's on the main roster now, but I feel like it would have been unfair to put him on the main roster Superstar of the Year brackets because I feel like the majority of the year he spent in NXT. Bobby Roode is your number 1 seed. Taking on the Velveteen Dream, who snuck in there as the number 8 seed. This is a toughie.
As I'm enjoying the Dream, he hasn't really. It's too early still to compare what Bobby Roode did this year. Got to go Roode in this, hands down. Digging the Dream though. Digging it. Breakout star of the year, Velveteen Dream. There
Possible
it is.
Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
Logan, what do you think about this matchup? Roode or Velveteen Dream?
Bobby Roode, definitely.
Well, there you have it. You don't need my opinion, but it would have been Bobby Roode, clean sweep. Bobby Roode moves on to the semifinals. Next up, we have the 2 versus 7 matchup. We have Drew McIntyre, the 2 seed, going against Hideo Itami, the 7 seed.
Drew.
I agree.
Drew.
I got to go with Drew.
He had a hell of a comeback after what he,
Yeah.
going on the Indies, reinventing himself, won the title. I mean, Tommy got over kind of with the heel turn and got himself a title match against Rude, but nothing nearly what. Even though the fans soured on Drew by the end, I still feel like he had a better year.
Yep. Logan, what do you think?
Do you care if I explain every time, or is it too much?
No, I don't care.
All right, cool.
I got to go with Drew McIntyre.
All right, clean
Definitely.
sweep so far. No discrepancy so far, but folks, trust me, it's probably going to get tougher down the road.
It will.
We're going to have some disagreements.
That's why we have the enforcer.
That's why we have our third party Logan here to break the tie. Next up, they're going to get a little tougher here in these 4 versus 5 matchups. The number 4 seed I have in this bracket is Andrade Cien Almas. And he's taking on the number 5 seed, Adam Cole. Adam Cole or Almas here in the first round. I'm going to give it to Logan first here. This is a toughie. Who's had the better year, Almas or Adam Cole?
Well, we haven't seen much of Adam Cole just yet, so I'm going to go with Almas.
Fair enough. I got to go with Almas too, based on
Wow.
seniority. Almas has won the NXT title. I mean, Adam Cole was in War Games, but I mean, it's still kind of new. I don't think Undisputed Era is getting over like they thought it would at first. I think it's going to take a little. I think it will. It's just got to marinate a little bit. It's too new right now. Even though it's been a couple months, but I feel like they're not progressing those guys, even though they just won the tag team title. But I got to go Almas, man. He's come around from where he was a year ago, if anything. Definitely.
All right, we're going to go Almas then. See, personally, I might have picked Adam Cole here, personally. If it was my choice, I would have went with Adam Cole here. I feel like he's more relevant. I know Almas is the champion right now, but I feel like overall Adam Cole gets a bigger reaction from the crowd than Almas.
Well, he's newer.
But we will go with Almas in this instance. Almas moves on to the semifinals to face Bobby Roode. Our last first round matchup for NXT Male, another toughie. Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan, the 3 versus 6 matchup.
That's not a toughie. That's Aleister Black all day. Aleister Black's been a success. I feel like at first, when he first debuted, Michael, or we reviewed, I'm sure one of us on some show did, I thought the fans were going to be iffy on it, but they've stuck with it. He's still over. They're not turning on him. And his matches, my God, I mean, the believability thing a little bit, appearance-wise, like we've talked about, Michael, that is the thing, but he does a hell of a job at masking that when it's time to perform, I feel like. And he's definitely got to go over Lars Sullivan. Yeah, I love Dylan Miley, don't get me wrong, like you do, Michael. You can talk about Dylan Miley since he's going to be eliminated probably here in a second.
I love Dylan Miley. I feel like the Lars Sullivan character has big potential in the main roster. I'm hoping he becomes NXT champion down the road here very soon. If not, I hope they pull the trigger to bring him up to the main roster because I feel like he could add he would fit in very well on SmackDown as the SmackDown monster character that maybe Braun Strowman plays on Raw. I feel like Lars Sullivan could possibly do that on SmackDown if they played their cards right.
Which means they'll put him on fucking Raw,
probably,
and they'll blow their load against Strowman first week. And
Probably, but I feel like he would fit in much better on SmackDown. But yes, I agree. I would definitely put Black into the next round here, although Lars Sullivan may have the bigger potential down the road.
Yeah.
So,
but if anything, both those guys' potentials really high right now.
So that's the first round in a nutshell.
I'm liking this. This is fun.
We are into the semifinals here for NXT.
We didn't have our shit together like this last year.
That's
we just winged it last year. Look at this.
Semifinals here. Number 1 seed Bobby Roode going against Andrade Cien Almas here in the semifinals. Who do you like, Logan?
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
All right, Bobby Roode it is. Bobby Roode moving on to the finals. The other semifinal here could be a toughie. This could be the toughest one we've had so far. Aleister Black versus Drew McIntyre. Who's had the better year?
Aleister Black.
Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, finally!
We get to the end of the road.
So I get to be the tiebreaker here. That's awesome. I'm going to actually go with Aleister Black here.
Damn it.
I feel like Aleister Black has had the better overall year because I feel
reception.
Reception, and Drew McIntyre. I feel like his reception was not as well received as they thought it was going to be. even with him being the champion, I feel like the crowd was kind of like,
What happened? What do you think it was? Because I feel like all the pieces were there. I don't get why.
I just
mean,
feel like
the pacing.
there's not enough
Excuse me.
character there with him.
He's not a high energy type of
No,
worker
it's
either.
that, and he doesn't give you a whole lot of character with him. You know what I mean? It's just,
I'm
hey,
Drew.
I'm Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's not a whole lot to him. I feel like that was his big problem before.
I had to go away because I'm Drew. I was a Drew.
I feel like with
Aleister-
Aleister Black, he has that mysterious
He has the
character.
whole-
He has
Yeah.
potential. I feel
The
like
closest thing, and
he's
this
different.
is bold.
He's
Maybe
different.
the closest thing we're going to get to a Taker.
Yeah.
On that roster.
Maybe.
That's bold, but I don't see another guy kind of with that kind of character.
As much as I love Drew, I feel like he sticks out like a sore thumb in NXT.
He's huge.
Well, that
He's
and
fucking huge.
Yeah, he just sticks
Aleister
out
Black.
like a sore thumb.
I'll stop talking like him.
I don't feel like it's a good thing for him. I feel like NXT was. I feel like he should have been, if he was going to be brought back, he should have been on the main roster.
And I think when he comes back from injury, he will. I don't
Yeah.
think he'll go back to NXT.
So-
What do you think, Logan? Do you think he'll go to the main roster when he comes back?
I have this funny feeling he will. But I do think Aleister Black just has the whole total package. So
Lex Luger?
Luger.
I don't know. In
That
my
was a tough
opinion,
one.
Drew McIntyre, he's too damn good not to be. He's a hell of a doll baby of a worker.
Oh, there it was.
Welcome
There
back.
it was.
Welcome back,
The doll
Colin.
baby has returned.
He's really good, though. And I think you bring him back as a fucking heel. Because, at the end of the day, you want to get a guy over, turn him heel first as the ultimate test to see what we have here. And that, then it's organic more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's my 2 cents.
I like it. So that brings us to the finals.
Here we go,
One of
baby.
these two men will be your NXT male superstar of the year.
Logan, call it in with the final round announcement.
Aleister Black.
Or just vote.
We have, well, okay, or just vote. We have our final
Don't-
round matchup, Bobby Roode versus Aleister Black. We have one vote for Aleister Black. Travis.
Bobby goddamn Roode is your NXT Superstar of the Year,
you
in my
assholes.
opinion.
Ugh.
This is your idea, Buttercup. That's what happens. You gotta. I thought
Gosh.
Logan was the tiebreaker. I'm
Ugh.
confused on the rules
I
because
know.
it flips, and then one round someone doesn't get a vote.
Yeah.
I get a vote every round though. I love it.
I
don't know
know.
if it's biased.
This is 2 rounds in a row. I have to be the fucking deciding guy.
All right.
Although I guess it should fit because I made these.
Aleister
goddamn
Black
brackets.
didn't main event multiple takeover shows to, and just carry a title like that with.
Well, Logan, tell me-
a Ric Flair-esque manner.
Well, Logan, tell me why you think Aleister Black should be the superstar of the year over Bobby Roode.
Because I think he's had the better matches, in my opinion. To me, Bobby Roode was the champion was thrown on him, and then all of a sudden it was taken off of him, and he was quickly moved to the main roster. I just feel
point.
because Aleister Black has been on NXT and in that division for so long, you got to give it to somebody like him that's been there the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got points. You do have
Ugh.
points.
he didn't make it easy.
I will say this. The takeover matches with Shinsuke, I felt like disappointed every time. They weren't all great, but they weren't terrible. I thought the match with the Tommy was good. The match with McIntyre was okay. I just felt like the way he carried that title, it was high time we had a heel like that come along. It's just so refreshing to see because I'm an old school guy. It's biased, but I'm digging Bobby Roode.
This is-
As a heel!
This
A
is,
fucking heel. 2018, give us heel Bobby Roode back, please.
this is definitely the toughest choice I've had to make so far.
Is he going to be on the SmackDown list too? By the way, I didn't ask you that.
No,
okay.
he's not. That's
Just
why I
checking.
put him
No
on
one's
the
pulling double duty.
That's why I put him on NXT.
Okay.
I felt like it would have been unfair to put him on SmackDown.
Yeah.
He's only been there for a couple months.
He's done some stuff, though.
So
Okay. It's fine. It doesn't have to be at all. He wouldn't
I'm
win
gonna
anything.
go with my gut here, and I'm gonna give it to Aleister Black.
Damn it.
Aleister Black is going to be the NXT Superstar of the Year for this reason. I feel like I agree somewhat with what Logan said. I feel like top to bottom, this guy has put on great matches with everybody he's been in the ring with. And this guy just has some kind of charisma about him. He doesn't talk, you know what I mean? He's got that Taker-esque thing that you talked about.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Bobby Roode, you know how much I love Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode is like the prototypical Mike Larkin guy. You know what I mean? He's old school. He's cocky.
You think it's the booking of his title
I
loss?
just don't think he really had
A breakthrough match.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like him I feel like what set me over the top here is the match that Aleister Black had with Velveteen Dream. I feel like that match in a nutshell just says this guy has to be the best guy on NXT. It showed me a different facet to his character that maybe you don't see with Bobby Roode. You always kind of see that cocky, I'm glorious character. But with Aleister Black, you keep getting a little different elements and
I've yet
layers
to see
to
a
his
bad
character.
match with Aleister Black yet. You know what I mean?
I've seen some stinkers with Bobby Roode, like the Hideo Itami match. I didn't care for a whole lot. As much as he spent 2017 as the NXT champion, I don't think that necessarily has to make him your superstar of the year. So this year's 2017 male superstar of the year for NXT goes to Aleister Black, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations.
The number 3 seed. The number 3 seed gets it.
Number 3.
Wow. And I seeded these myself.
And the biggest shocker to go in 2017 is you and Logan agreed. Holy shit, what has happened? Cats and dogs living together, all hell's breaking loose.
So next one I feel like it's going to be a little easier to run through. We're going to go NXT female superstar of the year.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me in this bracket was picking 8 people.
Just pull some from the Mae Young Classic and say fuck it because they made a one-off.
Number 1 seed here, another
Mercedes Martinez. No, she doesn't.
Number 1 seed here, once again, because she spent most of the year on NXT, is Asuka. Asuka taking on Sonya Deville. Do we really need to even ask opinions on this?
Next round, please.
Asuka gets the win here.
Logan, I mean, you could go Team Deville on us and shock us.
No, Asuka.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank God.
The number 2 seed I have here is Ember Moon. Ember Moon is taking on the 7 seed Billie Kay here in the first round. Who you like?
Next round.
I think we're all going with Ember here.
Thank you.
Logan, you're going with Ember, right?
No, definitely. Most definitely.
You don't like Billy Butterface?
Now, this one could be a little tough here. The 4 versus 5 here. Ruby Riott taking on Mae Young Classic winner Kairi Sane. Travis, who you like in this one?
Do you want me to skip around this time? I haven't yet to skip anything. Or we need to go okay. Kairi Sane. Of course. She won Mae Young Classic.
You're taking the 5 seed here.
Ruby Riott, I mean, she was an up and comer. Ruby
Riott spent a lot of time on the roster as a title challenger.
But did she win anything prominent like Kairi Sane did? And the exposure.
I'm just saying she's also on the main roster right now.
Are you going to say Ruby Riott?
I'm not saying anything.
I thought you're voting. This is what we're doing.
I'm just saying. You're saying you're.
I'm saying Kairi Sane.
Okay, Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane.
Logan, who you like, Kairi or Ruby?
I'm going to go with Travis. What Travis said. So
look at the names. This is the era we're in. But it sounds like we're talking about characters on a kids show. You like Kairi or Ruby?
So Kairi goes on to the semifinals. We got it. All right.
I thought
this may be the toughest first round match of the whole thing here. My number 3 seed was Nikki Cross taking on the number 6 seed Peyton Royce.
Ooh my! This has been the toughest one all night for me probably so far. But I'll be a gentleman and a scholar. Michael, you go first this time. Or we let the man go.
I'll go first. I've gone first all night.
There you go.
I'm gonna go with Nikki Cross here. I'm a big Nikki Cross fan. I feel like she has the most potential.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than Asuka on the main roster. I feel like she has the most potential, and I love her character. I think she adds so many elements to her character. I love her style in the ring. She's like the only hardcore woman I've seen in WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what
Not
she has
afraid
over
to do
Asuka?
crazy shit.
She can speak a
exactly
coherent English promo.
Well, sort of.
Asuka didn't do bad on Raw.
She's Scottish, but
but it's not that thick.
But
she doesn't have to cut promos.
I love her look. I love her style. I love everything about Nikki Cross. I have no idea why she doesn't have the belt right now over Ember Moon, but that's just me. But I'm picking Nikki Cross. Travis, who you like?
I gotta agree. I like Peyton Royce much more than Billie
I
Kay.
do too. I like Peyton Royce. I think she has big potential.
She has a snobby Bella-esque Maurice type character
What's that
going.
Sexy Australian accent.
She can work.
Yes.
A lot of people give her shit. She's a little sloppy, but look at the talent she's surrounded by people. My God, give her a break. I think she's okay. I think she's a good heel. I think those two are really good with each other. If you talk about a throne together or something, they just let them do whatever, and now they have their merch. But yeah, I gotta go.
Nikki.
Nikki.
All right. Well, Logan, even though we've already
I don't feel like Nikki needs a belt.
No,
That's why they haven't given it to her.
But I feel like she deserves it. But
She does.
Logan, even though we've already picked Nikki here, who would you have picked?
Nikki.
All right.
Most definitely.
All right. That was a toughie for
Clean
me.
sweep.
I was surprised that was a clean sweep. I feel like maybe one person would have been on the Peyton train there.
I'd like to be. Never mind.
All right, semifinal.
Sorry, Ty Dellinger. I know that's your girl.
All these seeds have moved on except for Kyrie Sane. She was the upset there in the first round. That brings us to our semifinal matchup. Asuka, the number 1 seed, going against Kyrie Sane, the number 5 seed.
Next round. I think we're all going to say Asuka, right?
I feel like it's got to be Asuka.
Logan?
Most definitely.
Okay, there you
Most
go.
definitely.
Asuka, on to the finals.
Well, this is tough.
Here's another toughie here. The other semifinal matchup, you have Nikki Cross going against Ember Moon. Who do you like, Logan?
I'm going to go to Nikki Cross.
Oh. Logan going with Nikki Cross. You know what? I'm going to go second here. I'm going to go Ember Moon, just to put it up to you.
I was going Ember Moon. I thought it was going to be all alone again. Simply because she was the one that got the belt off fucking Asuka, basically. She was the next one after Asuka. She didn't get it off of her, but it was kind of the torch was passed.
Ember, I just want to know.
She had an injury story built in, a comeback story. Her matches were pretty decent. Her finisher kicks fucking ass. I just think they're trying to. She needs to be darker. Her character needs to be darker.
I thought you were gonna say she needs to be darker. I was gonna say, how dark do you think she gets?
Her character needs to be more evil, or not. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I just thought maybe it
just don't. They're doing this, cookie cutter thing. You can tell they're starting to do because. Is it me? Like I feel like her character's changed.
I feel like her character's always been kind of that way though.
Not at first. I feel like with the vignettes, the contacts, they focus on it. Like the hood was up more.
She didn't speak.
She's not an awful promo by any means, but she's not great.
We're gonna go with Ember Moon here.
Mystique. She needs Mystique more.
Just for this year, I feel like the ceiling is way higher with Nikki Cross than it is with Ember Moon, though. I feel like the potential is there way more with Nikki Cross than it will
Early
be
prediction,
with
I think next year Nikki Cross will have had the better year than Ember Moon.
But we're going to go with Ember here. So the seeds advance to the finals. Asuka versus Ember Moon here in the finals. Who do you like, Logan?
I'm going to go with Asuka.
Agreed.
You cannot.
I felt like when I made this bracket, it was kind of pointless.
You should have just wrote Asuka.
Because I put Asuka in
Sharpie.
So
the streak, man.
Yes.
The fucking streak.
Never was beaten.
She's
so
legit.
How do you pick?
She's amazing. She's Asuka.
Yes.
I think everybody likes Asuka.
So Asuka, your NXT Female of the Year.
But it's main roster time, and it's a scary
main roster time.
Fan.
We're gonna start it off with.
No, I mean with Asuka's career, it's main roster time. That's what I didn't mean into the. Well, you can.
We're gonna start it off with the women on the main roster. See what I've done here is I've picked 8 on each side. I picked 8 Raw women, 8 SmackDown women. What we're gonna do?
Logan, we got anybody in the chat real quick? I'm sorry, Michael. Give you a break here for a second. Can you do that for us? We're late.
Yes,
We got lists and beers and Smith. Michael.
And you don't have me one. How could you?
Sorry, I didn't buy any Smirnoff, Logan.
There is nobody in the chat right now.
That's all right.
Son of a bitch. Oh, fine. Fuck them. What I've done here with the main roster is I've put 8 on each side. We're gonna have a Raw Woman of the Year and a SmackDown Woman of the Year, and then they're gonna clash in the finals to see who is the Woman of the Year in WWE.
Clash.
Yeah, they're gonna clash.
Now.
So should we start with Raw or SmackDown? Let's take a vote.
I vote SmackDown.
I vote Raw.
I'm gonna pee.
Let's do SmackDown.
Oh, fine, Logan. We're gonna start with SmackDown. This one's easy. I'm pretty sure this one's gonna go a certain way because there's no opponent for this person. Because I could only think of 7 women on the SmackDown roster. Number 1 seed is Charlotte, and she's taking on Bye. So I'm going to say Charlotte wins over Bye. What do you think, Logan?
Yeah, the Bye wins.
Travis agrees it's Bye. Yep. Charlotte moves on to the next round. The number 2 seed I picked for this was actually Natalya on the SmackDown roster. I have her as the 2 seed taking on the 7 seed, Tamina. Travis, who you like?
Wolf. Natalya. She won the title this year. The cat gimmick sucks.
Natalya gets a win. All right.
Tamina has new music.
Yeah. I'm
I've-
also going Natalia here. We're not even going to ask Logan because it's stupid.
One of the worst things all year. We're not doing any worst of lists, right?
No.
One of the worst things all year is this weird thing with Lana and Tamina. It's
Yeah, it's kind of lesbian-esque.
not even that.
Even
It's just
weird
dumb.
lesbian-esque, like.
It's not good.
All right, now we get a little more complicated here. We have the 4 seed. I made Carmella the 4 seed. She's taking on the 5 seed, Becky Lynch. Who you like here in this one, Travis?
First ever winner of the Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella. I mean, the momentum's. What are they waiting for? The momentum's been slipping week by week, but I feel like overall Becky Lynch has just been putting people over. Just been. A year and a half, 2 years ago, I am such a completely different place on Becky Lynch's character, and like I really enjoyed her in NXT and stuff. I think you did too, but
Yeah.
she's so generic now. It's so WWE shop when she. To me, I don't. They need
She's
to.
got orange hair.
You got to heal her. Do it.
Logan, who you like, Carmella or Becky Lynch?
Carmella.
All right, there you have it. Carmella moves on to the semifinals. Our last first round match for the women on SmackDown. Naomi, the 3 seed, taking on the 6 seed, Lana. Who you like, Logan?
Yeah, that's not even a contest. Nobody's gonna pick Lana.
Next round.
Alrighty. Semifinal action, we have Charlotte taking on Carmella. Who do you like, Logan?
Charlotte.
This is kind of tough. I know. Carmella's had a good year. First ever women's Money in the Bank winner.
God, they're actually so neck and neck because Charlotte had the feel good moment with Flair coming back, so it's
Yeah.
getting sick. First ever anything though. Ooh, that's hard to top. Just based on where they're at now in the past 2 or 3 months, I gotta say Charlotte.
I agree. Charlotte gets the win here. She moves on to the finals. The toughest matchup we've had so far, 2 former champions going at it. The 3 seed, Naomi, taking on the 2 seed, Natalia. Who do you like, Travis?
This is patty cake. Naomi won the championship in her hometown at WrestleMania. And the Feel the Glow gimmick, whether we hated the shiny belts that lit up, it got over with kids. It is over. The entrance is still cool. I enjoy the entrance. And it was actually good to see her come from a valet as a Funkadactyl to this. Gotta go Naomi.
Okay. Logan, who do you like
You look
here?
upset at me about that. Oh.
No, I'm not upset. Logan, who do you like?
Naomi.
All right, fine. So you have your finals.
What do you have?
I actually
What do you
I
have?
actually would have picked Natalia there.
Really?
I felt like she's been way more relevant in the past 6 months than Naomi.
Short and
I
simple.
mean, I feel like since Naomi's lost the
It's
belt,
because she's a heart, and you're
No.
a mark for all the fucking heart members.
No. I feel like
Come on.
I feel like since Natalia took the belt off Naomi, that has to speak one thing. She took it off of her at SummerSlam. And I feel like since SummerSlam, Naomi has been kind of irrelevant. She's barely been on television.
Natalia did that weird "I'm not retiring" thing.
Yes,
What is she doing
I
now?
get that, but still,
No, I'm just asking. What is she doing? What did she do
I don't
this
know
week?
what that was.
Was she on
but
SmackDown?
I don't know. Yes, she was on SmackDown.
Because the welcoming committee came out.
Yes, she was on SmackDown.
Worst stable name of the year, besides Absolution.
I actually would have picked Natalia here, but that's fine. We're going with Naomi in the finals against Charlotte. Who you got? I'm picking Charlotte.
Picking Naomi.
Nah.
This time,
Ooh.
Logan's in the hot seat, pal.
Why? Well, first of all, Travis, why do you pick Naomi over Charlotte? Just to be controversial, or?
I feel like, hot take right here. First half of 2017, Charlotte fucking stagnated and did nothing. They did nothing with Charlotte. It's kind of like that, like it's flipped in a way. Like the ass end of 2017, Naomi's not doing as much as she did, but I don't think it's like Naomi's still like kicking Riot Squad's ass after running down and say like she won the title in her hometown at WrestleMania with a tremendous coming of age, wonderful story. And it got over in Orlando. She reinvented herself. She did that in her hometown, and those two things alone, I think, because I enjoy Charlotte's Raw title win, obviously way more than this so far. How could you not? But we'll see.
All right, Logan, you're the tiebreaker. Who is your SmackDown Woman of the Year? Is it Charlotte or Naomi?
I'm gonna have to go with Charlotte.
There you have it,
It's all
folks.
right.
Charlotte.
I'll feel the glow by myself. It's all right.
Charlotte is your SmackDown Woman of the Year. Now we move over to Raw, guys. Move over to Raw. Raw. All right. Number 1 seed, obviously, Alexa Bliss. She's taking on basically nobody. She's taking on Dana Brooke in the first round. Do we really need to vote?
Next round.
Yep.
Nope.
Alexa Bliss wins. 2 seed, I feel like another one you don't really need to vote. Sasha Banks, your 2 seed, taking on somebody that's not even in the company anymore that I put in here. Emma, their 7 seed.
Next round.
I feel like Sasha wins there. Now
You have to call her Tennille now, by the way. That's her interview.
Now we get to maybe a little bit of a tougher one here. Nia Jax, your 3 seed, taking on Alicia Fox.
Hi, boys. Did somebody say my name? I
like Nia.
I hope you vote for me, Logan, because I will give you snuggles by the fire on New Year's, baby. See you, boys. Happy New Year, guys.
I'm taking Nia Jax here over Alicia Fox.
Same.
All right. There you
Same.
go. Now, the toughest matchup in the first round, possibly. Bayley taking on Mickie James. Who do you like, Logan? Who had the better year?
Bailey.
Wow. I feel like Bayley's had an awful year.
She's had
And it was still better than Mickie James?
She's had a shittily booked year, but she was more prominently featured and was a champion and won some big matches. So,
Giving it to Bayley.
yes.
All right. So
They-
that brings us to the semifinals.
They treated former 5-time women's champion, which came back real quick, like a fucking jobber. They finally...
She had a great match with Asuka in NXT.
And then after that, Jobber City for almost a year. Yeah. Shit.
Fair enough. There you have it. Semifinal action.
You wanted Mickey, didn't you?
You have... No, I didn't.
There you go.
You have Alexa Bliss taking on Bayley. I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss here.
Same.
I think
Alexa
everybody's
Bliss.
going Alexa Bliss.
She's the face of the... I
Okay.
would say all the women right now in that company.
All
She's
right.
always on the No Mercy thing.
Maybe we'll get to that later.
The No Mercy commercial. Or
Yeah.
one of them, Hell in a Cell, was really creepy. It was like a million Alexa Blisses,
Yeah.
chanting. What other woman you see get a
Gotcha.
commercial?
Gotcha.
Tough
All
action.
right. So Alexa Bliss moving on to the Raw finals. Here we go. Other semifinal. That's a toughie. Sasha Banks, the 2 seed, taking on the 3 seed, Nia Jax. Who do you like, Logan?
Nia Jax.
Ooh, I feel like Travis might be going a little different here.
No, I'm going Nia Jax.
Are you really?
I'm going Nia Jax.
All right. There you have it. Nia and Alexa Bliss in the finals.
Even though she's in shit right now with Enzo, the fans are still reacting to Nia. They've reacted to Nia all year. Remember when she lifted two
Yeah.
bitches up at the same time in that
Right.
pay-per-view
When
match?
Everybody thought she was going to win the belt.
What pay-per-view was that we talked about? God.
TLC?
No,
maybe?
I'm thinking Great Balls of
Could've
Fire
been, yeah.
SummerSlam.
When they had
Was it, Logan?
Ew. I thought she did it 3 times this year,
Yeah,
so
She does it a lot. She's a strong girl. Here you have it, Raw Women's Finals. The number 1 seed, Alexa Bliss, taking on the number 3 seed, Nia Jax.
You think Nia would have made it this far when you wrote this down?
Yes.
All the way to the end?
As far as I go, yes. The only reason I put Sasha ahead of her is because Sasha's had the belt this year.
And she's a name.
Well, she's been more relevant, so it's.
She's starting to be again. She had the first ever Abu Dhabi women's match. Did you see that with Alexa Bliss? They had to wear full body
She's
suits.
always in the first ever anything match. Yes, I get it. God, I hate Sasha Banks.
First ever women's Royal Rumble.
I hate Sasha
First
Banks.
ever women's Royal Rumble. And every fucking line on the show. Okay.
I get so sick of hearing Sasha Banks' face. It just makes
You
my
get sick of hearing her
stomach
face.
cringe.
Dad.
But there you go. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax in the finals. I'm going Nia Jax.
Really? Why? You got to explain before Logan and I utter a word.
Why?
Good.
Because I feel like she's had the bigger impact this year. I feel like she's done more things. I feel like the crowd is way more behind her than they are Alexa Bliss right now. I feel like overall this year, she's got the bigger reaction than Alexa Bliss. Even though she hasn't won a belt because she doesn't need one. I feel like if they put the belt on her like they should have for months now, they would have pulled the trigger on this fucking storyline with her and Alexa Bliss. This would be a much more intriguing matchup.
Yeah.
But no, they haven't. Because
just
all
we're
of a sudden,
friends again in 2 weeks.
all of a sudden we're friends again, and then we're not. And yeah, I feel like Nia Jax as the biggest. I feel like when I look at her and Alexa Bliss, I feel like she sticks out more. And it's not, and I don't want you to think it's because of her weight.
No,
It's
it's
not.
fucking wrestling. She's
I
an
think-
attraction.
I
She
thi-
jumps off the
yes,
screen.
I think she does, and that's just me. I could be wrong. You guys get to pick.
I've given her some shit this year for her in ring, for her promos. She is an attraction. I agree. And I'm going to surprise you. I was going to say Nia Jax too. I thought everyone was going to turn on me and be like, what the fuck? Nia Jax is my fucking pick.
Wow. Well, Logan, who would you have picked?
Because she's carried momentum throughout the entire year, basically. Right now, Alexa Bliss has no momentum. None. It's all about who's going to win this women's rumble.
She's
so we
been
can get
kind
the
of
belt on
irrelevant
Asuka.
for the past month.
Asuka debuted, so
Yeah.
and then Absolution, and then just
How many times have we seen Alexa Bliss come out to the ring here in the past couple weeks, aside from this week, without the belt?
and the biggest thing.
She hasn't even had the belt.
The biggest thing about Alexa, why I think Nia takes the nod, every title match on pay-per-view this year with Alexa, it was disappointing. It wasn't that good.
It wasn't terrible.
Wasn't
but
terrible,
no.
but I feel
Yeah.
like Nia's matches surprised people.
Yes.
The reaction she was getting.
Logan, who would you have picked if you had the tiebreaker?
Alexa Bliss.
Well, there you have it.
There you go. If you would have gone to Logan,
Yep.
I would have been in the
It
hot
would have
seat.
been tougher.
My buns would have been toasted.
Now this could be I was expecting the Alexa Bliss Charlotte matchup here, but we're getting something different.
We do this whole
This
year
is-
end.
yes.
Look at this stuff going on.
This is the
Aleister Black.
Yep.
Let's catch up. Aleister
Aleister
Black.
Black.
Asuka was a given.
Yes. We have
Naomi.
Charlotte and
Oh, Charlotte.
yes,
Excuse me.
Charlotte and Nia Jax going up against each other for the overall Woman of the Year in WWE. Logan, who do you like, Nia or Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Nia Jax is my lady in red. She doesn't wear red, but she's my woman of the year. She is. Based on what we've come down to, what I have to pick from. Maybe in the beginning I wouldn't have, but she's my woman of the year right now, where we're standing.
Oof. God bless me.
Like I said, the first half of 2017, Charlotte was just there in tag matches, doing nothing.
I'm going to make my pick here, and I'm going to do it solely based on what they've done overall throughout this whole year. And I'm going to pick Nia Jax.
Yes.
Nia Jax.
Finally, we're on the same side.
Nia
on
Jax
something.
is going to be your WWE Woman of the Year just because of her overall body of work. I feel like Charlotte, like you said earlier, didn't do much for the first half of this year, especially when she got moved to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I feel like she was kind of
Lost in the
irrelevant.
shuffle.
Yeah, I feel like she was kind of irrelevant, was kind of pushed back a little bit, which kind of hurt her a little bit. I know Nia has had those points in her career as well, but she's still, every time she's on TV, you remember it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Nia Jax, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where Nia Jax comes on your screen, it's like, okay, this chick's different. You know what I mean?
Put the remote down for a second.
Yes.
What's this?
What is this? And
It's different.
I still think it's different now with the whole skit they're doing with Enzo. I actually like it.
It's nice to
So-
see in a way them figuring out that years of having fucking lingerie models just fucking made them all look alike.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that sounds sexist, but I mean, it's like, even with the men, you can do that too. If every guy, the Nexus era, everybody wore fucking undies and was boring. You had guys like Justin Gabriel. Everyone was just using their names, and it was, ugh. So, ugh.
But there you have it, folks. Your WWE Woman of the Year.
I like it. I like how this is turning out.
Nia Jax, the upset here.
But see, I like tag team wrestling, and I'm excited because I know that's right around the corner.
You
Mike.
ready for tag teams?
Logan,
Ready for some tag
you ready
teams?
to tag up?
Hell yeah, I'm all ready. Let's
All
do
right,
this.
let's
6
start it
tag.
off.
Well, first, Logan, are you having a good time at this very last episode of 2017?
Hell yeah, I'm having a good time. I can't believe Nia Jax won that. That's
awesome.
Well,
shocker.
why would you, since you're being asked, why would you have said Charlotte, in all seriousness?
Just because she's won the championship. I know it hasn't been what we've all thought, but at the same time, you got to look at what what she has a champion around her waist, and she's had it for over a year. So just you got to go that way, I guess.
Now, if you would have, this is what we had to choose from for the final two, but looking at all the entries at the very beginning of the bracket, who would have been, hands down, your woman of the year in WWE?
Alexa Bliss.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it's tough to argue that. It really is. Real quick, it's not a category. We'll do it real quick while Michael stepped out for a hot second. Cruiserweight of the year. Neville. Easily.
Main, definitely.
You?
Definitely hands down.
Lightning Logan Myers under a mask, huh? Look for that in 2018.
Definitely hands down. Neville was just he's given everybody a reason to like him. He's done everything that that the fans wanted, Vince wanted. So why wouldn't you give it to him? I mean, I know,
How long gonna
right?
go? Sorry, Logan. Go ahead.
I mean, you got to look at it the way a lot of people do, and it's he's given everybody a reason to like him and go with him. So
Keyword again, he reinvented himself for the better.
basically, yep, plain and simple.
I know in Raw this past week, real quick, we talked a little last night about it. They threw the cruiserweights in this awful Christmas gimmick tag match. Did you enjoy that, Logan?
I mean, I don't personally, I don't like them, and personally, I don't see the big deal about somebody getting Irish whipped into a corner into a tree. It would have been it would have been just a tiny bit better if somebody took one of them freaking tree bulbs and just smashed it over somebody's head, but they didn't do that. So at the same time, no, it didn't give me a reason to.
Well, my dog thought there was a reason.
Yeah.
I'm coming, Nate.
I'm coming. Welcome back, Michael. We were just talking some cruiserweights, so I know you're so heartbroken you missed that
Sorry, I
conversation.
missed that.
But it's tag team time.
It is tag team time. For those of you listening at home, which obviously there's not many right now, according to Logan. But we're going to start off with NXT Tag Team of the Year. Travis, number 1 seed. Authors of Pain, I put as the number 1 seed. I'm going to have them going up against the number 4 seed. Heavy Machinery. Who had the better year, Travis?
AOP.
AOP. Got it.
AOP.
Yep, I agree. Authors of Pain.
IHOP. Looks like they've sponsored by IHOP. Logan, you got the Authors of Pain?
You know, I'm going to say this so I don't have to vote the whole rest of the time, so you guys can just. You know what? I'm
You're
going
a
to do
Heavy
it.
Machinery fan, aren't you?
Authors of Pain.
All right.
I like Heavy Machinery.
I thought he was going to say something significant there.
It kind of feels like coming out of the closet when you say that on the air. It feels good. I got so much weight off my chest. No, I've said it before, though. I do like Heavy Machinery. I think for Otis Dozovich is entertaining the shit
like
out
old Odie?
Those guys are good together. They just don't make them as fucking...
Go together like peas and carrots.
Or hamburgers and pizza, and in those guys' case, fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Do you like them in general?
Hot dogs and baked beans.
Do you hate it? Do you just flat out don't like it?
I don't like Paul Ellering.
No, not that. I'm talking about Heavy Machinery.
Oh, no, they're fine. I don't see them having much of a future, to be honest with you. I see them being a jobber team if they ever get to the main roster.
Yeah.
Just because the little short guy.
Otis Dozovich.
Yes, he just looks like.
But he's like a brick shithouse.
He's not a brick shithouse. He's fat.
It's a house of cards made up by pancakes.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. Like he's gone to IHOP way too many times, but
you don't like Paul Ellering, and I get that.
I don't.
But I just love those two guys. Like
I feel like Paul Ellering is not good for any team.
I feel like when I think of Authors of Pain, even though he's right there as the mouthpiece, I never really think of Paul Ellering. I just think about Akam and Razar because they're badass. I love those guys.
Anytime I hear that, I think of the Ninja Turtle movie.
Me too. Yes, I know. Token Razar.
Yeah, but still, I got to give them the nod here over Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
Brings us to the toughest matchup here, because there's only 4 teams. Sanity taking on the Undisputed Era, which we have just seen for the tag titles. Who do you like, Travis? Who had the better year, Sanity or the Undisputed Era?
Sanity. I mean, for one, they've been there all year. Number two, like I said earlier, Undisputed Era, I don't think has made quite the surge they thought it would initially.
They just won the belts off of them.
It's Sanity as baby faces. What a revelation that's been. Who would have known what that would have?
Yeah, how would we have ever seen that?
I wouldn't dare I say I would have enjoyed it. This is the most I've ever enjoyed ever in his career, and he's like a 20-year vet. I don't know what that says about
Killian Dane probably would have made my NXT Breakout Star of the Year or Rookie of the Year. But in this case, I'm going to go with the Undisputed Era. I feel like they've made a bigger impact in a shorter period of time. I feel like Adam Cole is over like fucking nobody's business.
But we're not talking about
I feel
Adam
like
Cole. We're
I
talking
feel-
about Red Dragon.
I get it.
And I guess
I
don't
get
know.
it, but still,
I
Adam
feel like
Cole,
the title win, the crowd didn't react.
I'm just saying. I feel like Undisputed Era has a lot more momentum in a shorter period of time than Sanity did in a longer period of time. So I'm going with the Undisputed Era. So that's why we have our tiebreaker.
You've going back before we even did the podcast. I remember watching Ring of Honor with you, and you've always been a huge Red Dragon fan. They're really
Yes.
good.
Yes.
And Bobby Fish can cut really good promos.
Mhm.
O'Reilly not as much, but he's more like the shit kicker. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a tough one. That's why I got to go Sanity, man.
I'm
Gotta
going Undisputed Era. That's why we have our third man in the booth. Logan, enjoy.
The hot fire Logan Myers, pepperoni flavored.
You know what? At the end of the day, you got to go with the guys that has been around the most of the time. Sanity.
Logan, you son of a bitch.
My, how the tables have turned. No, just
Whatever, Logan. That brings us to our finals matchup here for the NXT Tag Teams.
you gonna let him explain or no? You're
No,
just so
I'm
pissed.
not.
Oh.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, you took the time to write all that. I can't
Authors
remember.
of Pain against Sanity. This is your final matchup for NXT Tag Teams. Travis, who do you like?
God, this is probably the toughest question all night for me now, officially. Sanity. Because Sanity in the War Games, I think, even though they didn't win, they broke through the most. They were the most memorable, and that they were the most enjoyable team in the match for me. Authors of Pain with Roderick Strong was just like they desperately needed 3 more guys, so they threw them together for no reason, and it kind
That
of.
doesn't count as a tag team matchup. It's 6-man.
But they performed in it. Is what I'm saying. Sanity, by far.
I'm going Authors of Pain. Authors of Pain held the tag team titles for most of the year. They were unstoppable. They were undefeated.
2 hot seats for Logan, by the way, in a
Yep.
row.
That's
His
why
ass is getting toasty.
I'm giving it to the Authors of Pain. Logan Myers.
Don't disappoint me.
Logan, who do you like?
Ew. It's like creepy, Vince.
Authors of Pain.
God damn it,
Authors
Logan.
of
Your fucking
Pain.
cruise control is over. I'm shutting it down.
See, Logan's not
No,
picking favorites
hang
on this
on.
show.
I know.
Tell us why, Logan.
I got to go with what Michael said. You know, they've held the titles for so long, and just in my
Don't
opinion,
flick your shirt.
just gives.
Jesus. You got Michael over here, proud as a peach. Fucking.
Would you let the man finish?
Sorry, Logan.
Nah, just to me, just AOP. Just they've dominated and they've given a reason to enjoy them. And Sanity, just I don't know, just to me, they're better when they're separated. Like
Oh, you're
Killian
full of shit,
Dane.
Myers. You're full of
No,
shit.
I'm
I'm just
no,
kidding.
I'm not. Like Killian Dane just has showcased like he can be away from the tag team and do good things and great things.
I agree.
He doesn't need to be there like in a tag team.
I do agree
is
with
the
you
tag
there.
team Alexander Wolf and Eric Young, though? Last time I checked? They
No,
freebird bullying.
it was
They alternate.
Alexander
They're
Wolf.
like,
They freebirded all the time. They've had Alexander Wolf and Killian.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
When they
basically
won the
what
titles,
I
New-
feel like the lost guy in that whole trio is going to be Alexander Wolf.
Yeah, his accent doesn't help.
Well, it's not just that. I don't feel like he's a terrible worker, but there's not a whole lot to his character.
I think he plays a good crazy guy.
Yeah,
if anything.
but I don't feel like there's anything that really sticks out for him in the ring.
He might be a permanent tag guy, if anything.
Yeah, he doesn't have a move in the ring that you're like, holy shit! You know
He
what
just
I mean?
does like he's in a mosh pit and then just
Yeah.
beats the crap out of you.
So there you have it. Your NXT Tag Team of the Year.
That was like pulling teeth. That was tough.
Authors of Pain. Who
Picking your
knew
favorite
4
kids right
teams
there.
would make it that tough?
Yeah.
We're going to go to...
You notice you didn't bring up fucking TM61, wherever the hell they're at. Remember those guys?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Remember those guys, Logan? They're in the
What-
fucking
what are we
game,
talking-
but they're not on TV in like a year. Okay.
We're going to go to Raw next here. Our Raw Tag Teams of the Year. The number 1 seed, Sheamus and Cesaro, taking on the number 4 seed, The Club. Hold the Mayo.
And hold your place in the tournament. The Bar, because you're out of here, club, by far. Didn't mean wrong.
This could be quite the most disappointing matchup for me this year.
So much potential in the club just
Yes,
to see
and
them
they're
sing with
just-
Elias
they're
every
doing-
week.
They're
And
doing nothing.
Yeah.
They're doing nothing.
Yep.
Like, why? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I guess it's what I feared the most. They are not a PG team. They are on a PG show.
Yeah.
Therefore, I feel like they are being kind of
The
cast off as
like the nerds thing,
Yeah.
and they come off as fucking lame because they can't do what they did. At least put face paint back on Gallows, if anything, like he did in New Japan. Why
do
not
something.
do
But
something?
Logan, who you like?
I gotta go with the bar.
They are like the Ford Company commercial. They don't set the bar; they are the bar.
Like a rock. Wait, it's Chevy.
Yeah. So now you have your number 2 versus number 3. The number 2 seed, Ambrose and Rollins, taking on the number 3 seed, the Hardys. I like
Oh.
the Hardys.
This is incredibly tough because you see two nostalgia acts reuniting to great responses.
I feel like the Hardys created more of one.
I feel like the Shield made more of an impact. I gotta go Shield, man.
Well, I feel like you're stupid.
I don't care. I feel like I gotta pee again. So
I feel
go
like the
ahead.
Hardys got the biggest tag team reaction ever at a WrestleMania.
But they did team with Kurt Angle. Come on. Good.
No. I gotta go with the Hardys.
Hardys, that's right, baby. Hardys are moving on. Hardys are in the finals, as they deserve to be. There you have it, Logan. We're moving on to our Raw finals. But before we do that, let's start off with the SmackDown semifinals. Number 1 seed, the Usos, taking on the number 4 seed, Benjables. Or, I'm sorry, that's what I call them. I call them Benjables. We're going to go with the Usos taking on Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Who do you like?
Man, this is actually a hard one for me.
Really?
Surprisingly. Yeah. Yeah, because we know that the Usos have done it all. I mean, we know that they've held the titles for so long and all, but at the same time, recently, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, to me, I mean, I know they're not getting completely over with the crowd, but at the same time, they've, Chad Gable has become a star. And I'm not saying that just as a single stars, but I think the tag team, from little time that they've been together, it's worked well. So I got to go with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable.
Wow. That's a big shocker for me. Now, I do agree with you. I think Chad Gable's a star, and Shelton Benjamin speaks for himself. But boy, in this first round matchup, I feel like the Usos have dominated most of the year, and it would be unfair to them to not.
You went Gable and Benjamin over the Usos, Logan?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just came back.
He did.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
He did.
We're on Smack. Who won Raw?
We haven't done who
Okay,
won. We just left it at the finals. I figured it would be better to do it this way. I'm going to go with the Usos here just because they've dominated most of the year. I feel like they put on
All
some
year.
fucking spectacular matches for the tag teams.
All year.
And I feel like them as
I'm
them
not
as
taking
heels.
anything away from them.
Them as heels.
They're still champs right
they've,
now.
They've just come out of their shells as heels, and I feel like they're really just almost just starting to grab onto what they have as potential. So I'm going to go with the Usos here.
I'm going to agree with you.
And leave it to Travis
I'm
here.
going to agree with you. I'm going to tell you why. They are the Neville of tag teams. Two guys that a year or two ago I could not stand on my television. Look when you let a guy vent some shit, beat themselves. My God. And their fucking music gets me hyped.
Well, and I'm sorry, Logan, I made this list about 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is before Benjables really got a big push. So this was a little unfair to Logan. I'm not hating you for your pick, Logan, at all.
Oh, I love Benjables.
I feel like
too.
Benjables has a lot of
They
potential.
just haven't done as much and been around.
Especially the Chad Gable thing. I feel like his moveset is finally getting over on the main roster as far as what he can do. But
saw it this week. SmackDown.
But and they're the new number 1 contenders.
Yep.
But I gotta go with the Usos here. It just would be unfair to not go with
Plus,
the Usos.
those matches on the New Day every
Oh my God.
time. From the pre-show to the
Holy
Hell in a
shit.
Cell was
Yes.
the first ever
Tag team Hell in a Cell.
I think the Usos. Could we just say SmackDown?
No, we gotta keep going.
All right.
Number 2 seed, the New Day, going against the number 2 seed, New Day, going against the number 3 seed, Breezango. And I'm gonna start it off here. I know the New Day have had some great matches, but I've been thoroughly entertained by Breezango.
Me too.
And I'm going with Breezango. just because I feel like Breezango has done more. Not to take away from what you said with the Hell in a Cell match. I just feel like what I'm going to remember more about this year is not that Hell in a Cell match. It's going to be the Fashion Files. I'm sorry. I feel like it's fucking entertaining and it makes me laugh. So I like it. So I'm going with Breezango.
What is it going
Logan.
Mean? Does it mean anything already now? Because you're getting jobbed out.
It's Logan's turn.
All right.
You have your turn.
All right.
Logan, who you like, Breezango or the New Day?
I gotta go with the New Day.
Alrighty, Travis. Now it's your turn.
I love the Fashion Files. Love Breezango's team. I love their red carpet interview for the video game this year. It's hilarious. Where Tyler Breeze got scared by Bray Wyatt. It was so fucking good. They had the Sega Genesis cartridge. It was tremendous if you haven't seen that. But New Day hosted WrestleMania. New Day hosted WrestleMania.
You swerved me.
They hosted WrestleMania. They're still over. Can I finish? I'm going down the credentials. The matches.
You made them hosting WrestleMania sound like it was some big accomplishment.
One of the most viewed things on WWE's YouTube all year was the Hardys' debut at WrestleMania. Who introed that debut?
So you're saying the New Day had something to do with that big pop they got?
No, I'm just saying they hosted WrestleMania though, and Breezango was in the Andre the Giant gimmick battle royal, whatever. Not a gimmick battle royal, but
the WrestleMania was in April.
Why is Tyler Breeze back in bike shorts? They don't match now. Make a match again, by the way. Okay.
So these are the reasons why Breezango...
No, the matches with the Usos. They've won the titles multiple times this year. They're still over. I think the skits with Rusev Day. Honorable mention to breakout team of the year so far. Rusev Day, my God. I'm going New Day, man. Sorry.
All right. New Day it is.
I like Breezango. It's not like I'm shitting on him.
Fine.
Happens.
Whatever.
This is competition. You got to accept defeat sometimes.
That's fine. So we're going the finals here. Usos versus New Day. I like the Usos here.
See, if you would have had some patience around, this is where we come back together. The Usos. The Usos are, I won't spoil it, but they're quite up there with my overall team of the year. They are my team of the year. I'll go ahead and spoil my next vote. The Usos for me, man.
Well, we have a different tag team of the year as that's already been decided, even though we haven't decided our final matchup because the New Day won it last year. For those who listen,
yeah,
the New Day were our tag team of the year. This year, not quite making it there. The Usos win the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Congratulations, Jimmy and
yes.
Jay. You want to congratulate them, Logan?
Oh yeah, they deserve it big time. I mean,
yeah.
But I just wanted to say one last thing. The reason why I really did pick Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable was because we know the Usos was going to win this, no doubt about it.
You wanted to
I just felt like
you wanted to be sneaky.
Well,
what if I picked Benjamin and Gable?
The future's looking bright. I see them as the new world's greatest tag team.
Yeah, I
Seriously.
do too. A lot of people
Why is it funny, Michael? Why is it funny?
There's actually a lot of people on Twitter have said it.
Benjamin.
A lot of people have said it.
Well, I'm not everybody.
I don't think WWE shop better come out with cookies called Benjamins, obviously, and shaped like Benjamin and Chad Gable. Or be pissed off. They don't.
Well, there you have it.
By this show next year, we better be talking about the review of the taste of those Benjamins cookies.
Well, there you have it. We're going to have our final matchup for tag teams here. Our Raw Tag Team of the Year, Sheamus and Cesaro, taking on the SmackDown Tag Team of the Year,
if I was here,
Usos. Who do you like as your overall Tag Team of the Year? Logan.
Oh, man. I got to go Usos.
This one might be a little bit easier for me to vote on.
No, not your turn.
Excuse me, asshole.
Nope. I'm going Sheamus and Cesaro. Going upset special here.
You rigging the polls now? You pulling a Logan?
I'm not rigging the polls.
Lurking Logan.
I know where you're going on this one, which is fine. But I'm just going to say Sheamus and Cesaro here, as hard as it is to say when you've had alcohol. Sheamus and Cesaro have done so many things this year. They had a great cage match with the Hardys. They've worked with almost every they worked with the Usos, for God's sake.
They wholeheartedly deserve silver. They do. They're my number 2 team of the year. I'm sorry, man. And I was going to say, before you had to get your points in, be an asshole to me again. We actually got to kind of see this. It was easier for me to pick. We got to see him in Survivor Series. Go head to head, great match. I still feel like, not just because they booked the Usos to win. The accolades this year for the Usos, and the Bar reinvented themselves too. From a fucking feud nobody was really into, this tag team,
two guys that were
and they're
kinda
really
just
close in real life. They're
just
like
stale,
best
going
friends.
nowhere,
Yep.
and now they're one of the best tag teams in the company. In my opinion, maybe the best. But
I'm glad that they matched too. I'm glad he doesn't wear the James Bond suit, and Sheamus looks different. I think that's better. Even though in the game it's not updated like that, you got to do it yourself. Fuckers.
so there you have it. Your tag team of the year is the Usos, deservingly. I will agree with that.
Congratulations, Usos.
Yep. All right.
You don't win shit, but you don't need it because you got a ton of money anyway.
That brings us to our main event, Travis. Main event of the evening.
It is now time.
16 guys, one title, 8 on each brand.
16 guys.
That's
You
right.
ready for this, Logan? Roll the sleeves up.
I'm ready. Let's go.
You sound excited, Logan.
I'm ready to play
Go.
today. All right. Okay, well, let's do Raw first.
You
Mike.
want to do Raw
Let's
first?
do Raw
All right.
first.
Your number 1 seed, obviously, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar taking on the number 8 seed, Bray Wyatt.
Next round.
Logan, who you like here?
Lesnar.
Alrighty, Brock wins that one. Here's a little toughie. Shield guys going against each other here in the first round. Number 2 seed Roman Reigns taking on number 7 seed Seth freaking Rollins. Logan, who you like?
Roman Reigns.
I like Seth Rollins.
Ooh.
Seth Rollins had that spot at WrestleMania with Triple H, coming back. The feud with Samoa Joe, Shield reunion helped him. He's been booked pretty strong. Roman hasn't won a lot of matches this year. Yes, he's booked in the main events. He's starting to win again now, but in the beginning of the year, he wasn't winning a lot. He was getting beat by Braun. Even though he had great kick-ass matches with Braun, I gotta go Rollins over Roman. Sorry, a shocker. I know.
As great of a match as Rollins had at WrestleMania, Roman had a better one with The Undertaker. I'm sorry. Roman's got to win here. Roman is the guy that
is
moves
the hottest take of the show right there.
I'm sorry. Roman's got to win here. Roman has had the bigger year. Rollins has been
What
kind
the
of
fuck
stuck.
am I doing? He did retire the Undertaker.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's too late. I forgot about that.
Rollins has been stuck more in the tag team division. Roman's still relevant there in the singles division.
I'm changing my vote to Roman because I forgot about the Undertaker thing, and that totally sways changes everything. I don't know how
that
the
was in
fuck
April. It counts
I
as this
forgot
year.
about that. I do too many podcasts, is what it is. I'm losing my mind.
Roman's got to move on here. Here we go. 4 versus 5 matchup. Samoa Joe taking on Finn Balor. Who you like, Logan?
Samoa Joe.
Samoa.
Agreed. I take Samoa Joe here. Finn Balor's been kind of bounced around.
Feuding with Elias from ever.
Elias, Bray Wyatt. Nothing of real significance here.
Joe had a match with Brock.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we're picking Joe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm picking Joe too.
This could be a toughie for some people, maybe, but not for me. I'm gonna go at number 3 seed Braun Strowman taking on the 6 seed The Miz. 2 of my favorite fucking guys I matched up in the first round. You know how tough this was for me?
Kind to yourself.
Because these may be my 2 favorite guys on the roster on Raw. But I had to go with Braun here. Braun is my breakout star of the year on Raw.
Yeah.
He could possibly be my Raw superstar of the year, but we'll get to that later. I had to go with Braun here. Braun has to win over The Miz here. As much as The Miz has done this year with his WrestleMania match with John Cena, everything he did with Ambrose,
Those skits were
Ziggler,
great,
everybody.
by the way, where they dressed up as Cena and Mickey Bella. Those are great.
But I had to go with Braun here because Braun just screams fucking star.
Did you see Braun as the elf?
Yes.
Holy shit!
I hope they don't do that kind of shit with him on TV, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that takes away from his character.
I thought he did it really well.
But still, I have to go with Braun here. Logies Hoagies, who you like here? Braun
Hold the pierogies.
or the Mess?
He's got to go with Braun. Braun's the total package.
All right. Lex Luger again?
Lex Luger?
Yep.
Going with Braun. You gotta go Braun. Give Braun a go home.
Here we go. This is where they get a little tough here.
All right.
Well, actually, you want to go over SmackDown first, do their first rounds?
No,
let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do
okay.
that.
All right.
Yep. Number 1 seed on SmackDown, AJ Styles, taking on the number 8 seed, which is actually kind of funny here because he's been more relevant on television lately. Number 8 seed, Dolph
Next
Ziggler.
round.
Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler just won the U.S. title. AJ Styles is your actual WWE champion. So you have the two champs going against each other here in the first round.
He's not the champ. He threw the belt away. They're having a tournament.
Well, I'm just saying. That's how it is on TV right now.
Next round.
Logan, who you like? AJ or Dolphin?
AJ.
All right.
No doubt about it.
Dolphin is. No, I'm just kidding. AJ Styles moves on. 2 seed, Jinder Mahal taking on number 7 seed, Sami Zayn. I like Jinder.
I like Jinder, but Sammy's in a good place right now.
It's disappointing for me with Sami.
I don't like Jinder, I want to say, but I like Jinder's chances over Sammy is what I was saying. I didn't like the run by the end of it, but if anybody's been a breakout star of the year in the entire company over Jinder Mahal, I'd like to see him raise their hand, because Jesus Christ, they put the rocket to this man this year. If anything, 2017,
Who
Michael...
deserved it?
You hated it!
Just kidding.
There you go. I was about to say you hated this. It's documented a year's worth of Slam Pigs. The entire Gender Run on demand, guys. Go back, check it out. Cheap plug. It's not good, and we were open to it.
Well, guess who I'm picking?
We're picking. That's the fucked up part. We're picking Jinder Mahal here.
We're not.
I am.
You are. Yeah. I'm picking Sami Zayn.
You just picked Jinder right
No,
before you threw it to me.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
Didn't do it. Nope.
Logan, did he or didn't he? I can't remember.
He didn't.
I'm not trying to. Nope. I'm just the third man.
Some enforcer you are. What is this patty cake bullshit?
Logan, who you like, Jinder?
What's this Olay shit, Dorn?
Logan, who's had the better year, Jinder or Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn.
Well, Jinder's out. I can't get upset. I can't get upset. I'm not even upset about Jinder being eliminated in the first place. So.
Bye-bye, Jinder.
Big loss.
And your number 2 seed. I gave you the number 2 seed just because I felt like I had to. Bye-bye, Jinder.
We'll see you in India next week, not selling out the place.
That is the first 2 versus 7 upset we've had all night. I like it, Logan. Way to go.
Sami Zayn over Jinder Mahal. Look at that. Logistically, you guys are insane.
I don't want an explanation at all.
You got.
We don't need one. We get to pick them. I'm sure we'll get some shit for that in the comment section. Don't give a shit.
Ass.
Tell me why you would have picked Jinder. And I'll make sure to put that in my comment box.
I thought you said I'll make sure to shove that up my ass when I get home.
So there you have it. The number 4 seed, Shinsuke, taking on the number 5 seed, Baron Corbin. Travis, who you like here? Who's had the better year? Be honest. This is a toughie.
Shinsuke had the better year.
Really? Corbin, Money in the Bank,
lost
U.S. title.
Lost it already. Before that,
Jesus Christ! Well, what does he got to do for you?
Before that, did nothing really all year until the fucking Money in the Bank. Shinsuke came.
What did he do? Did he win?
He had I don't know, his massive fucking debut after WrestleMania, after main eventing NXT. Just this homecoming. He's still over, no matter how bad they booked him.
Did he win any matches?
Yeah.
I mean, aside from beat John... All right, I'll give me beat John Cena clean.
Oh,
that's a couple wins.
What's that, Logan?
I said a couple wins.
Shinsuke.
All right, we're going to Shinsuke evidently. This fucking...
Oh, but you didn't ask me who I picked. Come on now.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Baron Corbin.
Picked Baron Corbin for you. There you go. He'll be your end of days.
So that means I get the tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker?
All right, I'm picking Shinsuke.
You fucker.
3 seed, Kevin Owens, taking on the 6 seed, Randall R. Orton.
The House of Horrors was so bad this year.
House of
Horrible?
Horrible?
That was my top 3 worst moments of the year was the House of Horrible. Jesus Christ. I'm going Owens. I'm an Owens mark, and I think he had a Hell in a Cell match with Shane, which was awesome. The best Hell in a Cell match we've seen in years.
Yes.
Hands down. Holy shit. Had me on the edge of my seat. These guys going through the ring or not? What are they doing? And then the turn, the twist with Sami Zayn was excellent. And it was crazy. I remember, Logan, you're probably there. I know you were because you're Logan. We had a prediction show, and none of us predicted that option happening. And they got everybody when they did that. And it was right under our nose the whole time, that turn. You know what I mean? They did it.
I'm still laughing at the first time I penciled something in and it didn't get picked the whole night.
Really?
I penciled Jinder in.
Wow.
And Sammy got picked in before. But Logan, who you like, Kevin Owens or Randy Orton?
I got to go Kevin Owens. Randy Orton hasn't really done much for me.
Oh, he just won the title at WrestleMania.
He's got that weird fucking haircut now, Logan.
Guess I should have went second here because he won the title at WrestleMania.
Kid and play.
Had a program with Jinder before Jinder won the title. Yep, that's fine. We're going Kevin Owens here. You fucking schmucks. But whatever.
Did you go Orton? Were you Team Orton?
I would have went Orton here. To be honest with you, I picked.
He wrestled in spaghetti at WrestleMania. Remember?
Don't care. He won the belt.
Oh, I thought that didn't make a guy's year. Talk about Bobby Roode earlier.
What did Kevin Owens start the year by doing? Losing the belt. And then what did he do?
He only started it by something that was tremendously done called the Festival of Fucking Friendship with Chris Jericho. All that stuff. I don't know.
He's had some great matches with AJ Styles.
Hanging out and catering,
I feel
eating
like his
lasagna.
match quality's gone down a little bit.
Maybe the booking is
That's
making
just
it
me.
seem that way. I don't know.
But
I kind of agree with that. But I gotta go Owens.
All right, you have your semifinal. We're down to our final 8 here. All right, your semifinals for Raw. Brock Lesnar taking on Samoa Joe. I'm going Brock here.
You gotta go Brock.
All right, we don't need to ask Logan then. Here is possibly the toughest matchup in the final 8. Braun Strowman taking on Roman Reigns.
Strowman Reigns.
You can't do that. You got to pick one.
I know. No, I was just saying.
Logan, who do you like here, Braun or Roman?
Braun.
Wow, you didn't take much time to think about that at all. Why?
To me, I'm just a bigger fan of Braun. Braun's just done it all. Besides, have the match against Undertaker for Roman. It's just, to me, Braun's over big time with the fans. And I
All right.
have to.
Travis, Braun, or Roman?
Start out by saying Braun Strowman, currently, and most of the year, is my favorite wrestler of the entire goddamn world. He is a total package for me. As you would agree, Michael. But he didn't technically retire the Undertaker. Reigns started the year as U.S. champ, ends as IC champ. Fuck.
Don't you put it on me, you son of a bitch.
The only way I have to, because Braun lost in a dumb fucking way to Brock. They totally wasted that. They rushed that. Roman, got it. And the Shield reunion doesn't hurt things either. To have a Shield reunion and retire the Undertaker in the same year alone, plus win the U.S. and IC belt, I don't know.
And
Roman.
he beat John.
And he beat John. Yeah, that fucking thing with John Cena. My God, we forgot it. So much happened this year. You know what I mean? Like, it really did. Roman.
I get why you picked Roman, but at the same time, it's just,
At the same time, you want me to be a mark and go with my mark to say, but I'm a professional, Logan. And I got to analyze
Braun
this for the
Strowman
listeners.
is just over with the crowd way too much right now. And I don't care
Like I
if
said, you want me to
or
be a
not.
mark.
I'm giving my opinion. I just think it's Roman Reigns. We know is going to be pushed down our throats, big time. We already know this. So just to me, Braun Strowman just comes off as the better guy right now.
I guess it comes down to me, huh? You dicks. Couldn't just agree, could you? Braun or Roman?
Rings for pussies.
I'm going to pick one, and it's going to be solely on what they've done together. I'm taking Braun Strowman here. I'm taking Braun because Braun got the win in their feud.
Oh, so you piggybacked off my pick to help him get the advantage.
No.
Roman was more seasoned and the veteran. He called those matches.
Roman got more big wins this year. I will give him that.
We did see that live. That was a video this year.
Yes, Roman got more big wins on television. He got the win over Cena. He got the win over Taker. He got the
retired.
Win. Yes,
the goddamn Undertaker, Michael. How do you top that? And you beat John Cena.
How do you top that?
The match was bad. It's just
The match wasn't bad. What are you talking about? You just said that match was great.
I thought it was good, but
we defended that match.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I think
wasn't perfect.
I think people just kind of threw it down the drain because of the finish.
It wasn't perfect by any means. It wasn't a technical masterpiece, but I think that
I feel like
the
people
atmosphere.
Didn't get, I feel like
send off was so well done.
People threw it down the drain because of the finish. It just made him hate Roman, which is kind of understandable. Anybody that retires the Undertaker is going to be hated.
And people have to come to realize eventually a guy's arm gets tired and you have to pass the fucking torch. Your health can only take so much.
Gotta get a relief pitcher in
there.
I
hope that rumor with him and Sting isn't true. Sting tweeted out a picture of him in ring gear today, this cryptic tweet that people are already assuming that's a sign. God damn it, it was a perfect send-off. Don't do it, Taker. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get fucking hurt.
I'm good with Braun here because he won the feud with Roman Reigns, whether people want to acknowledge it or not.
Did he, though? Did anybody win the feud? They just stopped the feud.
They stopped the feud, but you think about it, the only time Braun lost in that whole feud was that weird fucking clean finish they gave Roman.
He always kept coming and coming.
Yes, every other match they had, Braun won, but Roman did some shit after the match. Like with the ambulance. Like with the ambulance match. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, have you guys forgotten about maybe my favorite segment of the year on Raw, where he just fucking destroyed Roman Reigns? He had him
I'm not finished with you.
Yes, he had him on a stretcher and fucking just kept killing him, and the crowd ate that shit up. And then he put him in an ambulance. He had him in an ambulance and then flipped the fucking ambulance over. Like, come on now. You could say whatever you want about Roman, but Jesus Christ, that's...
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're in a place now with Braun, they're salvaging what they did with that Brock loss. That fucked up. Maybe if that didn't happen, I'd be in a different place.
I'm sorry.
That deflated Braun for about a month.
I'm sorry. He also took a bullshit loss to Roman, but he still won 3 out of 4 with
But it
Roman.
wasn't for a title in a main event like that against Brock goddamn Lesnar, a true star. And you only get shots against Brock. I mean, Joe
He's getting another one at the Royal Rumble.
Triple threat.
Still getting it
with Glenn Jacobs.
And he also put Brock through how many fucking tables? So you can say whatever you want about Braun.
Why are you gonna yell at me? I'm allowed to have an opinion.
You can have an opinion.
Logan, we need an enforcer. That's what we're talking about.
He already picked Braun.
No, he's just in here to settle you the fuck down as the enforcer now.
Yeah, but if anybody has made Brock Lesnar look like shit this year, it's Braun fucking Strowman. It's not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Is that a good thing to make?
You know what I remember about Roman Reigns this year? You know what is my biggest focal point about Roman Reigns?
He retired the Undertaker.
No, my biggest focal point about him is that Fatal 5-Way where he was nowhere to be found in that finish.
Well, Hulk Hogan wasn't a workhorse, and he was the biggest star.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
You're right. Exactly. You agree. I'm glad. No,
but
Braun Strowman.
Braun
Strowman. Tough question.
Braun Strowman gets the win for me. He's in the finals against Brock Lesnar. So AJ Styles on the SmackDown side, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura.
Next round. There's your winner for SmackDown. AJ Styles, man, it's great. He's in it. He's in his prime. He's this generation Shawn Michaels, like we said. You got to go AJ.
Also says he might not be wrestling for much longer.
And fuck you, Michael, for killing it.
Just saying.
Logan, you team AJ on this, I'm sure. Maybe you're Shinsuke.
Well, who are you picking, Logan?
No, I'm not Shinsuke.
He's giggling.
Nope.
He's too busy giggling. It's New Year's Eve, basically, on this show tonight. It's the year end.
Don't talk to me about New Year's Eve. I'm nervous. Logan, who you like? AJ?
I'm not picking Shinsuke. I'm not picking Shinsuke. I'm picking AJ.
All right. There you have it. AJ Styles in the finals for SmackDown. Your other semifinal matchup, Kevin Owens taking on
Sami Zayn.
Taking on Sami Zayn.
Kevin Owens.
The two best friends going at it.
Kevin Owens. because he is the leader, and that would only make it. Why would we vote the sidekick over the leader?
I agree. I'm not even gonna ask you, Logan. Doesn't matter. So there you have it. Your SmackDown finals. Let's go ahead and pick it. AJ Styles taking on Kevin Owens. Who's had the better year? Think about it throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
Who has had the better overall year?
True, because both guys at Mania.
Yes.
Styles had Shane, right?
Owens had Jericho,
Owens
which
had
was
Jericho,
possibly
which was
the biggest feud of the year. Of that year, at least.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens and AJ Styles have feuded for that U.S. title
Over the summer, and it wasn't that good.
Wasn't that bad
Was
either.
Mm.
The finishes were kind of shitty, but
Who would have thought it'd be these two guys? I gotta go Styles. Just he's instantly over. He's timeless character. So yeah, Owens kind of is too, but Styles is a lot of the match with Brock was the best match Brock has probably had in that entire company. Thanks to AJ Styles. Same with Jinder Mahal. The match he just had at Clash of Champions was Jinder Mahal's best match ever. Jinder did live up to his end in that. I know you weren't on that show, Michael, but I feel like I even mentioned on the show you would have said that. Like Jinder put on a good show.
he did. So I have to give it to AJ as well.
Damn. And I was
Logan.
gonna go Owens.
Wow.
Look at that.
Why?
I get AJ Styles as the better performer. He's that guy that has done everything. But I want to give it to Kevin Owens. I'm a fan. He's had some great years too. He's had some great matches. They both
He has
have had
been a
great
huge
matches.
focal point of that SmackDown show since he's come over.
Yeah, he's done as much as AJ. He just hasn't. He
hasn't won the title.
He wasn't the saving grace to take it off Jinder, first of all. Yeah, and he hasn't won the title. But just as featured, the Festival of Friendship and the Hell in the Cell in the same year alone. I mean, this is just as tough of a question as it was for Raw for me.
Well, there you have it. AJ Styles, your SmackDown Superstar of the Year.
It's about to get incredibly tougher now. With
Moving on to the finals of the overall tournament is AJ Styles.
Look at this matchup, Michael. God, I want to see this match so bad now. Actually, looking at it on paper,
we've already seen it.
Well,
it should have been
better,
but
booked better, given time.
Brock Lesnar taking on.
Oh, I thought we were at Braun and AJ for some reason. I thought Braun had already won.
It's Brock and Braun in the finals for Raw. I'm gonna go ahead and go out there and go on a limb. I'm taking Braun Strowman.
I like to take her out to dinner and yell and be Stromantic because my pick's Braun Strowman.
Wow,
he's a big doll baby.
So Logan, who would you have picked?
Braun Strowman.
Wow,
clean sweep over the beast.
Brock has dominated ever since WrestleMania.
Michael, who was our superstar of the year last year?
Superstar of the year.
We went Brock last year.
Was Brock?
So look at that. Not even in the finals for Brock this year.
Brock gets upset by a guy who was in the fucking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and didn't even win it.
And was a Rosebud.
Yep. Didn't even win the goddamn Battle Royal. Who won it? Mojo fucking Rawley. And where's he at? He's not even in our list.
You could also say Braun Strowman is such a good attraction. He made James Ellsworth in one night. Got him a fucking job, basically, for how that came off. That was, was what it was.
I mean, you could say many things about Brock Lesnar. He's had a good year. He's had the title. But, I mean, it's a part-time guy.
Jimmy Dream.
Yeah, and to the point where he's only really had one or two good matches this year. And one was against Goldberg, which I never thought I'd say. I actually loved that match at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. I thought that was one of my favorite matches.
Yeah, but it just came off, that whole thing with Goldberg came off as a legitimate guy in Brock who's older but still believable, as opposed to a former high school coach who wants to show his boy he can still do it one more time. A dad.
I'm sorry.
Perception's reality.
I loved that WrestleMania match. I thought it was.
I liked it because it was short.
Well, that, and I thought it was hard hitting, impactful. There wasn't a boring moment in that match. So you can say what you want.
Would you think it was predictable going in? Brock was going to win, though.
Well, I think we all thought Brock was going to win.
Yeah.
But I thought the match itself, there for a second, we thought Goldberg might beat him again.
Yeah.
He hit that jackhammer. We're like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? And it didn't happen, but we were like, oh, we thought it might have happened for a second.
One of my lowest points of the year was at the beginning of the year. Goldberg taking the belt off Kevin Owens. Even though Kevin Owens didn't have a great run, I hated that. I mean, it was like a lamb being led to slaughter. We all knew and we dreaded
Well,
that.
Kevin Owens had a pretty good run.
I'm just saying how Goldberg beat him for it is what I hated.
His
No,
matches,
Kevin Owens didn't have a
his
good run.
matches with
He
Rollins.
always had help. He never
Reigns
won a
and-
clean victory.
I'm
Ever.
sorry, but he
And
had,
I get he's a heel, but once in a while,
he
you
had a Hell
gotta
in
do
a
it.
Cell match with Rollins. He had a really good match with Reigns at Royal Rumble. I thought that was one of my top 5 favorite matches of the year. That's another thing we're going to go over.
And then at the Rumble, then 1 month later, Goldberg took it off of him. I remember us being so pissed because it was just so obvious what they were doing for their cash grab money match with the part-time Goldberg.
That's another
Ugh.
thing I'm going to add here at the end of the show is going to be match of the year. I
Sweet.
have 4 in my head.
Okay.
If you have any more, if
we can just each go
yeah.
around and vote what ours was and talk about it.
Well, I'm just saying I have 4 in mind. So if anybody has, when I say my 4, if you have another one in mind that I can bump one out, you let me know. But that brings us to our final matchup: AJ Styles versus Braun Strowman. Who do you like as your superstar of the fucking year? Logan, who do you like, Braun or AJ?
Wow. Wow.
This is
Oh,
the
man,
toughest
this is
one.
tough. AJ Styles has done everything. He's won the champion. He's made the champion relevant. He's put on great matches. But we know he's a veteran that will do what it takes to put on a good match, carry anybody he's in the ring with. But for a guy like Braun Strowman, who has showcased everything, I got to go with Braun Strowman.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going AJ Styles. For one reason in particular, I feel like
Motherfucker, everything tonight rides on me.
I'm just saying, for one reason in particular, I feel like AJ Styles had possibly the best match of the year at the Royal Rumble last year with John Cena. I feel like that match was fucking spectacular. And I never thought I'd say that about John Cena match, but that match last year at the Royal Rumble with John Cena was fucking awesome. And I feel like I say this, he had the best match of Brock Lesnar's year. He had the best match of Jinder Mahal's year. You know what I mean? I don't know how many fucking great matches this guy has to have before he's just the best fucking guy in the company. And I feel like this would be the best way to honor him by saying this guy is the superstar of the year. That's why I'm picking AJ Styles. As much as I love Braun Strowman, everybody knows it. Everybody's heard it over and over how big of a Braun fan I am. I gotta go with AJ Styles here just because of his body of work this year. He's had so many great matches.
Yeah.
I gotta go with AJ Styles. But Travis, don't let me sway you. You go with your gut. Who do you like? Who's the superstar of the year?
It's unbelievable to me how much Styles has actually done this year. None of us have even glimpsed or glamored or brought up his match with Balor. That was a last minute thing. It was
Another
really
great
good.
match.
As much as I love Braun, and yes, I say he's my favorite wrestler in the world, I gotta be honest. I gotta do my job. Our Slam Pigs podcast wrestler there. Congratulations, Michael, to the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. There it is.
AJ Styles is your wrestler of the year. I feel like fairly so. Logan may disagree. Logan picked Braun. But who better to lose to than the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, the best in the biz as far as I'm concerned. Congratulations to AJ Styles. I'm sure he may not listen to this podcast, but if he catches wind, congratulations to AJ Styles.
Our final result of our year, besides the match, we'll do that at last. Your NXT Tag Team of the Year, Michael Word, Ulster Payne, correct?
Yes.
Women Wrestler of the Year,
Asuka for NXT.
NXT,
For the Women's Wrestler of the Year,
Nia Jax.
we had Nia Jax won it. She won it for Raw or SmackDown.
The
Woman of the Year.
Usos
Yes.
were your
Tag Team of the Year. And our Wrestler of the Year has to go to AJ Styles.
Look at that. There it is.
Congratulations to all those winners. As a special added attraction
Cruiserweight
here.
of the Year was Neville, by the way.
Yes, I didn't care about that. But our special attraction of the year, I have 4 matches in mind. And if you think of anything better, please let me know. One of the matches of the year had to be, like I said before, AJ Styles and John Cena at the Royal Rumble. Another one, Pete Dunne and
Tyler Bate.
Yes, Tyler Bate from NXT Takeover.
Yep.
Another one had to be the tag team Hell in a Cell match between the Usos and the New Day. And the fourth one for me was I just drew blank. I had 4 in mind and I just lost.
Velveteen Dream Black. Can I throw that on too?
Go ahead.
That match. I will also say the War Games match was really good.
Logan,
I don't have a lot to say right now.
is there anything that you heard there that you might disagree with that you might want to add instead?
I don't disagree with any of the matches that you put in there at all. But I would add AJ Styles and Finn Balor to that mix as well.
That was a really good match. Can I also say one that's kind of double dipping, but a lot of people forget it was at the very beginning, last January, the finals of the UK tournament, which was, by the way, my favorite thing all year on the network. I love that UK tournament. Was Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Another one. So those two matches. My match of the year was Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate at TakeOver. Holy shit. There you go. I might not agree. I love that match. It's so good. Velveteen Dream and Black was good. Those are all good matches. Not a bad match any of us had named that I disagree with at all. I think the Styles and Cena one gets overlooked criminally in a way because it was one of Cena's better matches. I agree. It was really good.
And
Also, an honorable mention for me has to be Shane and Kevin Owens and Hell in a Cell.
Right. Yeah. Any of the harder hitting Braun and Roman matches, those are really good too. A lot of the tag team matches on Raw this year. The bar when Cesaro got his teeth knocked out. Holy shit, that was a great match. Was that No Mercy? Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. But if I was going to, Travis picked his, whichever one it was, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate.
TakeOver.
Travis.
The one to TakeOver.
Okay. That's one I put in there. Logan, your match of the year.
Well, I'm saying I would prefer that one, but the one I said was. I mean, I would prefer the UK title, Pete. You know what I mean.
I shouldn't ask Logan, though, because he's a cruiserweight guy.
Yeah, tell us how.
Honestly, AJ Styles matches and Kevin Owens matches, we all know that they're going to put on great matches. But I would say that, but I want to, to me, I want to be like that guy that's go with the guys that are underrated. But mine's a tie between Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne at TakeOver and Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, but those are my two. Now I gotta pick one. Well, if I pick Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, that's winning. And if I pick Aleister Black and Velveteen, it's a tie. So if I pick another match, it's just a fucking. Well, we have no winner.
We haven't had a tie all night, and quite frankly, those two matches is kind of. Ooh, it's hard for me.
So let's just bracket them up. 4 of them. That way I don't have to.
We just kind of did that. We narrowed down the match.
Let's put them against each other.
Let's just pick those two real quick. And which one would you prefer, Michael?
Oh man.
I'm going on surprise factor alone. Probably the Velveteen Dream match.
I'm gonna pick that one just because of. I'm gonna pick the Velveteen Dream match because of the entertainment value.
Did that really just win?
Yes.
Under our noses, Slam Picks match of the year.
It did win.
Holy shit! The Velvet. Oh my god.
It won match of the year for me because of the character value to it. It was the entertainment. I feel like Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for a pure match.
It was a progress match.
Yes, it was a great match, but there was no real character development in it. You know what I mean? I feel like the other.
We saw Rick Rude mannerisms from Velveteen with the tights,
and I feel and we heard Aleister Black speak.
Said his name. That whole build up, so simple.
It wasn't even it almost wasn't even about the match, even though the match was fucking spectacular. I have to give it to Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black just because of pure entertainment, match
And
quality,
told a story.
and character development.
Yeah.
I feel
Told
like
a story.
they hit all 3 points for me, which are my 3 favorites. Had to be done. They're here on Slam Pigs.
Holy crap.
Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black, congratulations. NXT TakeOver, San Antonio.
Congratulations to them. Congratulations to us. Logan and I, day 3, man, it's done. We did it. No more show tomorrow. We did it. 3 days, Logan, and thank you for joining Michael and I on the year-ender awards this year.
Of course, no problem. You guys, it's been a great night, and
It's been a
I
great
can't
year.
believe
Here
it's
on
been a
Slam
great
Pigs.
year.
Indeed. Look for an even better year in
I want
2018.
to take the time to thank all of the listeners of Slam Pigs for joining us all year long, for being dedicated, for loving us, even Logan. I know he's tough to love. I know I'm easy to love, and I know Travis is just Travis. So,
Well, Christ, what am I? Fucking chop suey?
well, you're a gorilla.
Yeah.
As long as we don't mention Colin, we're good. Damn it, I just did.
2017 brought us Colin as part of the Slam. Bronsonstron, which it blows my mind as many shows he's popping up on. You've yet to be on with him. Hopefully redeem that at the Rumble. You coming on for the Rumble,
I'll
Mike?
be off for the Rumble.
Never drew a dime. Drew Ortman, welcome to Slam Pigs family. Loving doing that. Hopefully you can be a guest on that, Mike. Man, that would be great. All you gotta do is watch WCW episodes. Logan!
Oh, man, do I really have to?
And what more can we say about Logan, man? As much as he does and helps us out with Cruise Control, a sideshow, bailing us out, man. Like Michael said, Happy New Year to you, Logan. Future Wrestling, where can everyone check you out and all that goodness once again?
You guys check me out on Future Wrestling Podcast right there on YouTube. Go like, subscribe, and enjoy. And guys, check me out on Twitter at Logan Myers 144. And it has been a great 2017. Let's kick this 2018 and just kick down the door. Let's do it.
Kick down the door, Mike.
Damn.
Thank you, Logan. Well, I'll see you
Let's
next
not
week.
let's not hit butt the door like Goldberg.
Yeah, or Gus Farad. Don't run into a wall. I'll see you next week on Cruise Control, my friend.
But
Michael.
Travis,
Yes, go ahead.
where can everybody check us out?
As always, on Twitter at the BigTMD. Right here, hit subscribe to BigTMD on YouTube. What other shows can they find, Mike?
They can always find our sister show, The Reset Button, with you and Tannen. As always, Cruise Control with you and Logies Hoagies. Also, Never Drew a Dime with you and Drew Ortman. Your new show coming back, Union Smack.
Sometime.
But as always, you can check me out at Mike the Slam Pig on Twitter, or on YouTube now. You can check me out at Mike the Sinning Slam Pig, because I'm a sinner. But yes, guys, next week, special announcement coming from me. You heard it first here on Slam Pigs Podcast.
Not baby New Year. Can't even be born yet. You're dropping hot takes next week.
Correct. This time next week, you will hear a very, very special announcement from me.
I already know what it is. Anyway, until next week, happy goddamn motherfucking New Year from all of us listening to this podcast. Be safe, be smart, have fun, and enjoy. Until then, Michael.
Oi!